All right, this is Winston's first lesson with the head collar. So we're introducing it to him for the very, very first time. We're not even gonna attach a leash to it. So what we're gonna do, I like to have a nice routine with my dogs getting dressed in whatever gear it is that I'm dressing them in. So I'm always gonna ask the dog to sit first. Winston's already in a sit. Step one, I wanna lure the dog's nose into the head collar. So essentially he's gonna get himself dressed. Yes, good boy. We might do that for 2 or 3 reps. I show him the food, I bring his nose into the loops, yes, and then I can feed him. Let's do that one more time. Yes. And after that first step, I'm gonna reset the dog to take some pressure off. Go get it. Good boy, Winston. I wanna keep training. Not super heavy pressure, I want it to be fun. Going to chase and consume that reset cookie, that's fun. So kind of step 1B would be that now I'm gonna let him feel the loop on his nose. So I'm gonna let go of the loop, feed him that treat, and then take it right off. You'll notice with my left hand, the hand that is holding, I'm bringing it underneath his chin, just so that he doesn't bring his nose down and it slips off. Okay, let's do that one more time. He sticks his nose in, I let go, I put my hand underneath, I feed him the cookie, I take the whole thing off. We did that 3 or 4 times. Let's give him another reset. Go get it. Woo-hoo-hoo, good boy, Winston. Again, I want to make sure that he's not starting to shut down at all with something that's brand new for the very first time. So we're going to give him lots of breaks, lots of reset cookies in between. So he's come back. He came back after he ate that cookie, which means he's still in the game, right? So let's add the next step. Winston, sit. So we're always going to start with that sit. I don't want the dog being pushy for the food in my hand. We're always thinking about manners in general, right? So now I'm gonna lure his nose in, let go, and take this head strap and just bring it behind his head. I'm gonna feed him the cookie there, and then I'm gonna take the whole thing off. Okay, let's do that 2 or 3 more times. So all of the previous steps, he's bringing his nose in, I'm letting go, I'm bringing this behind his head, I'm feeding the treat there, then I'm taking it off. Okay, if he stands up in between reps, no big deal. Just ask the dog to sit again. What a good boy. Notice how I'm not feeding Winston for sitting. He's been coming to me since he was a puppy. He's very fluent in sit. I don't think he needs a cookie for sit right now. This is brand new, so I want to feed all the cookies for the head collar. Okay, that's going to create more value for the head collar. So watch me do that one more time. We're going to lure his nose in. Bring the head collar behind. This time I'm gonna pull his little ears through. That's the final picture with the head collar. Again, I can take my left hand, bring it under his chin and make sure that he's not bringing his nose to the ground. I fed him a couple cookies there actually because this is a little bit of duration, but then I'm gonna take it right off, okay, and toss that cookie away, reset him, and right now we're gonna take a break. We might add a couple more steps today, but I'm gonna give him a nice break right now. Maybe gonna have mom give this a try, and then we'll come back and add the next. All right, so we just spent a lot of time with Winston. Sit, getting him comfortable with getting the head collar on and off at some really, really small steps. So now what we're gonna do, so you might do those previous steps for like, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 3 days, whatever your dog needs. Then we're gonna start to move around with the head collar on a little bit, and we can eliminate some of those previous steps. So if your dog is really comfortable with you getting the head collar under their face now, we can get it on the same way. Okay, and now I'm just feeding Winston a piece just for it getting right on. Okay, sit. I'm gonna ask him to sit again for a second here. I'm always gonna utilize my opposite hand, so the hand that doesn't have food in it, to bring it underneath his chin whenever I need to. Did you see for a second there, he started to fuss a little bit about the fact that the head collar was on his face. I just brought my hand, my empty hand underneath his chin to help him sort of settle, and then I rewarded him for that, okay? So I always have this left hand to sort of help him make a good decision and not try to bring it to the ground and paw it off. So now that it's on, again, there's no leash attached to it. I'm just gonna start to lure Winston. I've got a piece of food in my hand. Well, I have a few pieces of food. And I'm just gonna lure him to take a few steps forward. Yes, and feed him a piece of food for every, yes, few steps that he takes. Yes, I started with my hand underneath his chin. Yes, but now it's not under his chin anymore. Letting him just sort of, yes, feel it on his face. And we'll end with a sit. Yes, good boy. And then I'm gonna take it right off. Good boy, Winston. Again, let's relieve some of that pressure because that was a lot. Ready? Go get it. He's gonna chase that cookie. He's gonna eat it. Let's see if he wants to come back and do another rep. Look at that, here he is. This is also why I like to do those reset cookies in between, because it lets me know if the dog wants to keep playing, and he does. So let's do it again. Winston, sit. Good boy. Getting the head collar on. This is very loose right now. Food in front of his nose, gonna lure him to take a few steps. Very heavily lured right now. Yes, my left hand is there to go under his chin if I need to. Yes. Yes. So basically I'm marking and feeding him for taking steps, yes, with the head collar on and not fussing about it. Yes. Sit. Good boy, Winston. So now, for the next few days, what we'll want to do is just get Winston really comfortable moving around with the head collar on. And if he tries to paw at it, we're just going to bring our hand underneath his chin, bring him back up, and we'll reward him for that. Yes, good boy. Take it off. Ready? Go get it. Reset him. So we're still not adding a leash to the head collar yet. We'll probably do that next week.